In this video, we're going to show you two different ways to connect your external microphone preamp into an audio interface. We're also going to give you two pieces of theory so you understand exactly what's going on when you're trying to do this. And we're going to give you two pieces of caution, things to avoid so you don't actually damage your equipment. It is actually possible to damage either one of these units if you do some of these things incorrectly. Now, for the video today, we have various equipment. I'm just going to quickly run through it so you have an understanding of what we're trying to do here. We have the famously hard to power Shure SM7B dynamic microphone. I think this is going to be a great microphone to illustrate the power of an external preamp in this setup. For the external preamp that we're using today, it's the Golden Age Project Pre-73 Mark IV. This is an awesome budget, affordable preamp that has a ton of high quality 80 dB of clean gain, bunch of features. We'll probably walk through it as we're setting it up. Then we're using the UA Volt 276. I think this is a great audio interface for this video because when you're using this interface with the Shure SM7B, it can be a little bit light on power. So we're going to show the power of a proper external preamp. And of course, I have my Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros here, which we'll use as well. If you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see in this video, the microphones, the stands, the cables that we use, the adapters that we use, the interface, the preamp, anything like that, we do have links down in the description below where you can find current up-to-date pricing and specs from a variety of online retailers to make sure that you are getting the best price possible. Now, the first bit of theory that we have to cover here is the difference between a balanced and an unbalanced signal. It's not a deal breaker in this setup, but best case scenario, you do want to be using a balanced cable to connect your microphone preamp to your audio interface. I'm going to show you two 1/4-inch jacks here in front of me right now. One of them has three sections. It has the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. This is known as a TRS cable. There's three different sections. This is a balanced cable. Beside it here, we have a nearly identical 1/4-inch cable that has two sections. It has the tip and the sleeve. This is a 1/4-inch TS cable, and this is unbalanced. If you use an unbalanced 1/4-inch cable, you can be susceptible to noise, static, interference, buzzing, humming, ground noise. Sometimes I've even picked up a radio station with an unbalanced cable. If you're in a studio environment, I highly recommend that you use a balanced TRS cable. Again, we do have links down in the description below. Next, let's quickly cover some theory about mic level versus line level signals. This is especially important with the setup that we have here today. So, if you think about a microphone capturing acoustic energy and changing it into electrical voltage, this is a tiny, tiny electrical signal coming from a microphone. If you look at an XLR input on an audio interface or a microphone preamp, it is expecting that tiny, tiny microphone level signal. When we talk about an output from a microphone preamp or an audio interface, it's putting out a line level signal. A line level signal is an order of magnitude louder, stronger, more powerful than a mic level signal. Couple things going on here. If we connect a line level signal into a microphone level input, you can actually hurt the preamp on that source. If you connect a microphone level output into a line level input, you're going to need to turn up so much gain in order to get any signal from that. So this is something that we need to keep in mind. You always want to be connecting mic level outputs to mic level inputs and line level outputs to line level inputs. As a general rule of thumb, if you see an XLR input on a device, it's expecting a mic level signal. If you see a 1/4-inch input on a device, that's expecting a line level signal. This is really important as we go on. Now, I mentioned before that there's two ways that you can actually damage your equipment. They both kind of relate to this. Let's quickly go through those now. So one way that you can damage your audio interface is if you connect a line level output from your microphone preamp into a microphone level input. That extra voltage, that extra power could hurt the microphone input on your audio interface. Now, another thing that can happen here is if you connect to the XLR input on your audio interface, if you have phantom power turned on, you could be sending voltage back to your microphone preamp and you could fry your microphone preamp as well. So that's another reason that we don't recommend using the XLR input on your audio interface. If you connect to a 1/4-inch input on your audio interface, there's no chance of phantom power. Phantom power does not get connected to that input whatsoever. So that is really important to note for two different reasons. One, you could fry your input on your audio interface, or two, you could fry your microphone preamp if you send phantom power over to your microphone preamp. All right, enough of the boring stuff. Let's finally get into connecting your microphone preamp into your audio interface. I have my Shure SM7B here. There's already an XLR cable connected to it. My microphone preamp is powered on, and my audio interface is connected to my computer and powered on. So we can take the XLR cable from our Shure SM7B microphone here. We're going to sneak it into that microphone input. Now, as we said before, this is totally fine because we're connecting a microphone level signal into a mic level input onto our microphone preamp here. That's perfect. Next, for the first option here, we're going to use a balanced TRS cable. You can see here that they both have 3 sections, the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. This is a balanced cable. Again, we do have links down in the description below. So we're going to connect this from the output of our microphone preamp to the line level input on our audio interface. So once again, we've gone mic level to mic level input, and then line level output of this device to line level input on our audio interface. Now, in order for this to all work correctly on your audio interface, you want to turn your preamp all the way down. You don't need the audio interface to do anything whatsoever. You keep the volume turned all the way down. Next, I'm going to flip around the microphone preamp so you can see what I'm doing. And we can turn up our microphone preamp. I already know because I tested it ahead of time that I want 65 dB of gain. Now, if I have my output cranked up all the way, I'm not limiting that 65 dB of gain, so that's coming all the way through. If you look over at my computer now, I'm just going to reset this meter. You can see that I'm peaking at about -14, -11 even. When I record, I generally want to record somewhere between -18 and -12. Now you can see here that the meters are moving on the volt 276. We have signal there. And again, if we look over at the computer, you can see that I'm peaking at -11.5. So that's totally perfect. This is exactly the way your setup can go. Now, in terms of some variables, some things that you can mess with, the whole point of having an external preamp is to give you the ability to drive it hard. If you want to push the gain more to get more tone out of the components that are inside your preamp, you can do that and then lower the output to make sure that you're at the desired input level on your computer. But that's the gist of it. It's really simple. Now, what if your microphone preamp does not have a 1/4 inch output? Let's turn this around and I'll show you the second method in order to connect both of these devices. Okay, so I unplugged the cable that we were using before to connect the microphone preamp into our audio interface. Now we're going to go through the second way that you could do this. You can use a cable like this that goes male XLR to 1/4 inch TRS. This is still a balanced cable. You can convert XLR to TRS, no problem. So now we're going to take this XLR output of our microphone preamp and connect that to the line level input. Again, you can't use a straight XLR cable to go into the audio interface, but an adapter cable like this will work for you. So I'm going to connect this now. And then connect the 1/4 inch TRS end into the audio interface. And now you can see the whole system came alive again. We're getting level on the volt 276 and we're getting level on the computer. So this is the second option by using a female XLR cable to male 1/4 inch TRS cable. I hope this video has been helpful. Again, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see in this video, we do have links down in the description below. If you have any questions, if there's anything I missed, or if you just have a question about something, leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.